Hello everyone, Vendris here, and today we'll be talking about Total War Warhammer 3 and patch 6.1 dev blog that was just released by Creative Assembly. And this is a blog that I read and got me very excited, and I want to share my impressions here. So let's hop in. First of all, they are talking about the campaign AI beta, the thing that we were streaming recently, and I said that the changes there looks very good, and I hope that they will be improving on that and will be going more and more in such a direction. But about the patch 6.1, the biggest focus on this patch, and I was not expecting it, being honest, is KISLEV and Tzeentch faction reworks. So the things that were promised back in the day with the Shadows of Change, and they are actually going to be released right now. I was expecting this will happen with the next DLC, being honest, not 6.1. So I'm even more excited for those changes because they look extremely good, and I would say this is going to... Oh, you know what? Let's wait to the end of this video and I will say what I think about those changes. So first of all, about the KISLEV. The whole court and orthodoxy thing is getting a full rework, it seems. We can see here that there is no more like a race to get the followers. Now the Ice Court and the Great Orthodoxy will be finding each other for their different bonuses. And as you can see here, there are different categories. You like battle, character, settlements, global, magic, and you can perform bonuses. I think they are permanent. They didn't state that, based on your if you have Ice Court or the Great Orthodoxy. So let's say in the battles there will be different bonuses for Ice Court, different for the Great Orthodoxy, and you can leverage one and the other. On the UI on top, that is for sure just in progress still. We see the UI that there is due to resources and also the bars for the Ice Court and the Orthodoxy, and I love this change, really. You can see also the active effects. So for example, if this actually will work, that if I have several effects from the different categories, I can just view all of them here. Amazing changes. So this thing, yeah, court and orthodoxy looks amazing. This mechanically looks amazing. For those that don't know, I love mechanics. The mechanics is the thing that I like the most in Total Warhammer. Not the technologies, not the units, not the lords, new campaigns. No, mechanics. Mechanics is my pony. So this court and orthodoxy is looking very good. But on the top bar, the thing that you don't see is devotion. So previously devotion was a thing that we were using for the rituals, that the ritual button seems to be missing here also. So I think that the rituals will be just transferred into this court and orthodoxy mechanic. At least that's how it seems to going to be. And the whole devotion right now will be just replacing the public order or control into the Warhammer 3. And there will be invocations that you can lower or probably increase your devotion to get different bonuses. We can see like can also spend on local invocation to temporarily boost the local province or empower an army temporarily. This is okay, but also very interesting thing is that when on full, so like full control, let's call it, the devotion will be giving the bonuses against unsuitable climates and territory, things like that. Interesting, but I'm afraid that this system will have problems with factions that are able to lower your public order control on your province, because devotion will be just control and it probably will be affected by all the control effects. And there are many ways to lower enemy control using corruption and other means, especially in mods like in SFO, but we shall see. Overall idea is not the worst. I'm just afraid about how it will work. I'm not afraid on the court and orthodoxy because this looks really good. This actually looks very, very good. Atamans. Atamans are something that is a very no-brainer mechanic right now. You just get a guy, you give him traits, and that's it. And they want to make it Atamans more interesting in a way that they cannot lead armies anymore. You cannot change Ataman into the Lord because they were really useless, especially if you compare them against boyars. So they will be in the settlements as they were with better bonuses, and they will be able to sally out of the settlement. So probably the settlement will have a ring of control around it, and they will be able to attack enemy army in this ring of control without being attacked. Because right now, yes, the settlement is able to attack during the siege, like the garrison of it, but not if they are not attacked. So this is a very, very interesting idea that I really like. He's getting also the own model, dual weapons, and also will getting a skill tree, gain experience while administrating settlements, so passive skill tree gain, and so on. Looks good, looks good. The Ataman changes way simpler than, yet again, court and orthodoxy, but yeah, I really like it. I really like it. As for the technology tree, something that is being done to every faction rework right now, they're just separating the tabs. It's cool because it's more clean, but also very important is that the effects won't be so generic anymore, so many effects will be giving attributes, abilities, and things like that. So, yet again, good change. I like the icons. The land, the people, and the state. So this looks very cool. But this would be more or less all for KISLEV, as it seems, but those changes really gets me excited, because KISLEV really starts to go more in line with the faction how it should be in the old lore, at least. Yeah, because this new KISLEV in Warhammer 3 is very magical, and I'm not a big fan of it. So I'm even more glad that they are going back into the orthodoxy against the Ice Court, more political stuff, devotion, their faith, and so on, less magic. So again, I like it. This is a faction that I overall like it in the lore more than in game right now. So let's go to Tzeentch. The Tzeentch thing is interesting because they showed less about how the new mechanic is and more how it evolved. So they had the idea with making Kairos as he always should have been, so being able to use different lores of magic at the time. Right now it's using auxiliary system, so you need to pick a skill and then you get auxiliary and you can swap the auxiliary to get different spells, which is terrible. It was terrible from day one and it still is. So the idea is that they want to make that you are able to select the spells from different lores of magic and Kairos can do what he wants. And here on the images we can see that the idea and the concept was evolving and evolving and evolving and evolving and evolving and evolving, and more or less ends on something like a Tzeentch wheel that you click on it and then the wheel opens and you can pick a different spells in this specific slot, which I really like. This is a good idea because it makes that you cannot just have all spells at once. You have the specific slot and the specific slot have only specific spells. It is an idea. I love it. I love it. I hope that's not all for Kairos because it needs a bit more work, especially I would say in his how it's called, the gods rituals, the one that they have on the bottom right. You probably remember the name, but it's looking good. This is way smaller than the KISLEV one, which is a bit worrying because I think that Tzeentch needs way more work than KISLEV, but we shall see. I assume this is just a sneak peek and the Tzeentch is getting more stuff in the future update 6.1. They also wanted to elaborate that they don't want to change Changeling right now because he's a very gimmicky, rough edges faction, let's call them. That's the quotation, but they feel also that the patch 6.1 should focus more on overall Tzeentch and overall KISLEV and not only the Changeling that may get some changes in the future. Yeah, probably not, they said. He's a bit wild card, so maybe he won't be getting stuff, but I hope that he gets some changes because he's a very problematic faction to play. Very one-time campaign and you'll never get back to it. But there are also some cool additions. We are getting 2 new units, and one is for KISLEV. the unit cards are getting better and better in this game, I have to say. And we also get a one for the ogres. Non-gunner grenadiers, which is quite interesting because this is the more or less unit that we have in SFO. That is going to be cheap grenades slinger infantry, vulnerable due to their low entity count, but armed with a significant stockpile of grenades to disturb and destroy masked enemies. Quoting the text. As a free unit, very interesting addition. I like such additions. Like previous free units that we were getting for the last months were like orcs with spears or goblins with swords, and those units were like, really, do we need them? They don't add anything to the roster. They are non-interesting. Okay, I'm fine they are free. I'm more than fine they are free. But if you're adding new units, always, it doesn't matter if it's a mod or a vanilla or DLC or something, it's cool if the unit actually has a role and changes something for the faction. And non-gau grenades, grenadiers are looking like that. Gnoblar slingers are a bit different thing because they are going to be something like a Skaven's slave slingers, as I just said. So a cheap backline unit for having some range capacity. Is it a needed unit? That's a different question for the ogres. They just got a very good DLC in terms of their units. They already have 3 units of gobblers right now, thanks to the pigback writers. But again, it's free. It's free units, so nothing to complain about it. And yes, this is about it. This is like the glimpse of the article, and of course doesn't cover everything being changes, and they are looking for minor tweaks to a couple things such as Ice Court character recruitment feature. Also, I'm really hoping still that Constantine doesn't get the Ice Court recruitment, but something different instead, or at least his priests will be recruited there and not the Ice Court wizards. But yes, overall, this is the first article, dev blog, and showcase of a faction rework that I'm actually really excited. Because like that Wolves, Core, you know my opinion about those. I like them, but those factions didn't need it that much. But this is not only needed, but it looks very, very, very exciting for me. So yes, my question is, what do you think about this update, this blog that was just released? Are you excited for those changes? And maybe you also have ideas for other things that can be changed for the KISLEV and Tzeentch. So yes, I was Venris. Remember to like this video, comment, subscribe, and also you can always support us via Patreon if you like the free content from SFO mod team. Remember that I also have own game that was just released, Whispers of the Airless. It's on early access and available on Steam. And yes, have a wonderful day, and I'm out. See ya.